Alright, what you see here is a Hampton Bay Littleton ceiling fan in the 42-inch configuration. Showing off the bleached oak blades, and as you know, it's not your everyday Littleton. This is an older version from the late 90s, made by Aircool, which I think is honestly the better version out of all the Littletons. This one has the largest motor out of all of them, and dead silent, honestly, for a performance. The SMC one that I have from that was made before this, it's a good performer, but this one definitely performs a lot better than that one. Although that one definitely has more of a vintage appeal to it, this one definitely is a better performer compared to that version. They did make an SMC version of this, same, was identical to, except the motor is a little bit smaller and it doesn't have the same motor vents on the bottom. It has like no vents on it at all. But it's basically very similar in appearance. However, this one's a lot better quality. I've got this fan off of eBay, brand new in the box, as I've been trying to find one of these for a long time. I took a gamble on it, not sure if it was the SMC one or the Aircool one. Luckily, to my luck, it was the Aircool version, which is the better one. I've been always hearing that the Aircool version is better, as it has a larger motor in it, and it definitely does. And I also want to get an Aircool version because that's the exact version that's on display at my local Home Depot, and it's been like that ever since I was a kid. So I definitely wanted to get the exact type that my local Home Depot has. Basically, this is the first version of the Littleton I ever saw. No, I never realized that this one was different than the ones that they were selling in the 2000s until about 2006, when I noticed that in the 2006 Home Depot catalog they have a different looking Littleton, and then I noticed that the one that was on display was actually different looking than the ones from the 2000s. So, yeah, this is a very big childhood fan for me, these Aircool versions of the Littleton. And it definitely is a very, very good performer. This one is from 1998, of May of 1998 to be exact. And then the second UL listing on it says January of 1999. There's a metal Hampton Bay pulls on it. I honestly wish that the later versions for the 2000s had at least a logo on it and the metal poles. So I honestly think when it's like this, it looks less like a cheaper fan. It looks like at least something decent, not some budget economy model and such. So yeah, let me go ahead and show it with the light. Definitely, it's a very nice fan. I like it with the light on as well, with the bleached oak blades. Oops. It definitely lights up the basement pretty decently. Considering that's only using one light in it. But yeah, it's definitely a combination I've always liked: white and bleached oak. If I was from stores, I'd probably do it with this combination. No, I would possibly do it with the white as well, because seeing Littletons in the all-white look is definitely a childhood look as well. So yeah, let's go ahead and start off on the low speed. Just on the low speed, I'm actually already feeling a decent breeze from it over here. Yeah, I mean, for a fan that was like $15, $20 back then, you definitely got a very good deal with this fan. As it is a very good performer for what it is. It's nowhere near being as flimsy as the one that's being sold today. This fan actually has some quality built into it. And yes, you can laugh saying, oh, I don't know what I'm talking about quality-wise, but For something that's coming from a home center, this fan definitely, especially back then, like it's a pretty well-made fan. I mean, a lot of the air-cooled fans from Hampton Bay back in the day were actually very good performers. I mean, this one's definitely outperforms some of the 42-inch fans I've tested, like the low profiles and such. And those are pretty decent performers too. So the fact that something like this basically performs exactly the same or nearly outperforms them, I'm pretty surprised. I mean, this definitely blows way more than a coastal breeze, without a question. Without a question, it moves more than a coastal breeze. Almost, I'd say it's almost as powerful as a Beacon Hill, or like a Stratford 2 44-inch. The only thing is that it is being tested in a basement area, so the ceiling above it has more clearance, so it's not the fairest test. But it definitely does push a really good amount of air on a high speed. And actually probably even performs better than the Minka Aire Mesa I used to have over here before I moved it to the other basement. It's definitely a fan I would consider putting in a laundry room or a small bedroom. Well, if I get my own place, I could definitely, and I had like a small laundry room, I could fit a 42-inch fan, I definitely would put this in there without a question. I've always liked these contemporary hugger looking fans for like a laundry type room and such, or like a basement type laundry area. Or if it was like more insulated, like a finished laundry room, I would definitely put this there. If it's not a finished one, I'd probably put like a new Littleton or something. Not this one though. Especially since this one's new in the box. If it was a used one, it's a different story. But since this one was brand new when I got it, I tried to put it in a spot where it wouldn't get too worn out. Alright. Now for medium. I've always liked the look of the fans that had a schoolhouse globe, but not completely integrated. I'm not sure why, I just always liked the look of it like that. Medium speed on this fan, now that I'm seeing it with the bleached oak blades, so it's kind of hard to tell with the white blades and such, but with the bleached oak blade, the high speed on this is almost about the high speed of a lot of 42-inch fans nowadays. And the low speed now, I'm thinking about it, it's about like almost the medium speed of a lot of the 42-inch fans nowadays that you can get at like home centers. And I'm feeling a pretty good breeze from it over here on medium. In fact, a good way to compare this is like Hampton Bay wise, it's almost as powerful as the, almost as exactly as powerful as the 44-inch Camerons, but it's pretty close. And those things definitely crank out a lot of air. I know the SMC ones were the ones that weren't well made. I think the other ones were King of Fans, I'm pretty sure. I don't think they were made by Aircool. But this thing almost performs as well as one of those. It's definitely on par for low profile, if not, in Minka Aire Mesa, if not more. But definitely outperforms the Coastal Breeze, though, without a question. Thing is, a lot of people just pass judgment on it. Oh, Littleton, garbage. But there's some versions that you'd be surprised that are actually pretty decent. Like the older SMC one, with the black motor, the first version. That I assume it's the first version. That one's a pretty decent one at least. So this one definitely blows it out of the park without a question. And I've heard that these are good, but I did not expect it to be this good of a performer. You know, you'll see what I'm talking about once I move it on to the high speed. It's literally one that I actually would consider installing somewhere like permanently. Like for a laundry room, I wouldn't need something that's K55 power. I would just need something that at least is somewhat like spinner motor showroom quality of some sort. This isn't the build on it. It's not spinner motor. It's not showroom quality without a question. It definitely isn't. But the performance on it is almost on par with one of this size, at least. I mean, it's almost about the same power as like a 42-inch Hunter fan from like the 2000s era. A lot of those are pretty powerful fans. Yeah, like honestly, like when I moved up to the high speed, but even the medium speed, it moves even more air than most 52-inch fans I've tested down here. And the fact that it's a 42-inch fan, it's definitely very impressive. That's moving this up much on the medium speed. Now for high. This thing definitely flies on a high speed without a question. I mean, yeah, it's definitely cooling down the basement quite a bit, and it is pretty hot tonight down here. It's about almost 90 to 100 degrees. And I probably picked the worst day to test this thing, but the fact that I'm feeling very refreshed of how hot it is, that definitely speaks volume right there. Usually, if it's really hot and it's a fan that doesn't perform well, usually you're not going to feel that refreshed. But this thing's actually cooling down the basement pretty well. And this is actually a pretty hot basement normally as well. And without a question, it's my favorite version of the Littleton. And it's the first version I saw. That and the 2000s one that has the integrated light kit, since that's the one I see in the catalogs all the time, and those are the ones they were selling. But this was the one that they had on the display, and it is still there to this day as we speak. One of the blade arms gotten a little bit bent, or two of them over time, but back when they used to move them around a lot. But it's been like the past in the same exact spot over like the past good 15-ish years now, I'd say. Yeah, it definitely moves more in low profile without a question. And I'm talking about the 42-inch ones, not the 52-inch ones. But yeah, the fact that this moves even more than a Hunter fan, though. Not all Hunter fans, but like this, like a Coastal Breeze, or like even a 42-inch low profile, like from the 90s era and such. Like, that's pretty surprising for a fan that was like, that's considered to be like a canonical model from Hampton Bay back then. Especially when that was like only $15 to $20. You know, if they were selling this exact version today of this quality, it would definitely be like $30, obviously. Yeah, I'm really blown away by how powerful the thing is. I did not expect it to be this good of an air mover. Say what you want in the comments. Oh, I'm wrong, but I'm not just saying it just to say it. Like, considering I'm testing in a very hot location and it's moving this much air when it's nearly 100 degrees today or tonight. Like, the basement's already starting to feel a lot cooler with this fan running at high speed. Yeah, definitely a very good performer. Never would have expected it to be this powerful. That would have been like less than maybe about like coastal breeze air movement, but it's way more than that. And then again, coastal breezes aren't that good of air movers compared to other 42-inch fans that you can find out there. They're decent, but this thing is definitely a lot more than decent in terms of performance. I just really do love the late 90s, early 2000s look that it has. With the logo and the non-integrated light kit. Oh yeah, the thing, I'm still like in shock that it moves this much air. I did not expect it to be that powerful of a fan. And if you don't believe me, find an air-cooled version of this and try it out yourself, and then you'll see what I mean. Alright, it's coming to a complete stop. Yep, I already reversed. Weight chain's starting to loosen up a bit finally, at least. It was a bit stiff out of the box. Not extremely, but just a little tiny bit stiff. See, if there was a finished laundry room that I had here, I definitely would install it, but... Well, I can always just wait until I get my own place and have it, or even make like a laundry room of some sort. Well, yeah, what I'm just really impressed by also is that it's a very quiet fan. It's not humming. It's not making any motor noise or vibrations, bearing noise. I mean, spraying it out of the box, but sometimes it can happen. But it's just a very, very quiet fan. And even on reverse, the thing actually moves quite a bit of air on high speed over here. But it definitely flies on the high speed. Alright, and that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed and stay tuned for more videos to come.